They looked strange, lived in a spooky mansion, and somehow became one of the most lovable families on television. The Munsters brought comedy, monsters, and heart together in a way no one had seen before. But 61 years later, the faces behind those unforgettable characters have changed forever. Some found lasting fame, some disappeared from Hollywood, and others left behind stories filled with sadness and loss. Today, we look back at the Munsters cast, then and now. Fred Gwynne was born in 1926 in New York City, 38 when he played Herman Munster. Huge, gentle, and goofy in the sweetest way, Gwynne turned a Frankenstein-style monster into one of TV's most lovable sitcom dads. Gwynne stayed beloved for the Munsters, but he also showed real range later in films like Pet Sematary and My Cousin Vinny. He died in 1993 at age 66, after a battle with pancreatic cancer. Herman could have been just a big costume and a flat head, but Gwynne gave him a childlike heart. His booming voice, clumsy kindness, and goofy smile made the whole spooky family feel strangely warm. Al Lewis was born in 1923 in New York City. He was 41 when he played Grandpa. Wild-eyed, sneaky, and always cooking up some ridiculous scheme, Lewis made the old vampire feel like the family's funniest troublemaker. Lewis embraced the role for the rest of his life, later mixing acting with radio, politics, and public appearances as Grandpa. He died in 2006 at age 82 from natural causes. Grandpa brought the mad scientist chaos to 1313 Mockingbird Lane. Lewis played him loud, sly, and totally shameless. Like every spell, potion, or bad idea was just another normal day at home. Pat Priest was born in 1936 in Bountiful, Utah. She was 28 when she played Marilyn Munster. Pretty, sweet, and completely normal in the funniest possible way, Priest made Marilyn the odd one out in a house full of monsters. Priest became the Marilyn most fans remember, bringing a soft sitcom charm to the spooky family setup. As of 2026, she is 89 years old and has long stepped away from acting. Marilyn's joke was that the Munsters thought she was the unfortunate one. Priest played it with gentle innocence, making the family's backwards idea of beauty one of the show's sweetest running gags. Beverley Owen was born in 1937 in Ottumwa, Iowa. She was 27 when she played Marilyn Munster. Graceful, kind, and quietly funny, Owen gave the first Marilyn a classic girl-next-door warmth inside the weirdest house on the block. Owen left the Munsters early, and later moved away from Hollywood, choosing a more private life after acting. She died in 2019 at age 81 after a battle with ovarian cancer. Her Marilyn helped set up one of the show's best little jokes, the beautiful niece treated like the family problem. Owen made that contrast soft, charming, and easy to love. Chet Stratton was born in 1910 in Paterson, New Jersey. He was 54 when he played Clyde Thornton. Proper, nervous, and perfectly suited for sitcom confusion, Stratton gave the Munsters another normal outsider to accidentally terrify. Stratton spent years as a character actor on television and stage, often bringing a neat comic touch to small roles. He died in 1970 at age 60 after a battle with cancer. Clyde Thornton worked best as a straight man to the madness around him. Stratton made his reactions feel stiff, polite, and quietly panicked. Exactly the kind of energy the Munsters loved to play with. Edward Mallory was born in 1930 in Cumberland, Maryland. He was 34 when he played Jack. Clean-cut, polite, and very much from the normal world, Mallory gave the episode the kind of straight-faced charm that made the Munsters seem even stranger. Mallory later became best known to soap fans for his long run on Days of Our Lives, where he played Dr. Bill Horton. He died in 2007 at age 76 after a long illness. Jack was not part of the Monster family, and that was the fun of it. Mallory made him ordinary in just the right way, letting the spooky weirdness around him get the biggest laughs. Yvonne De Carlo was born in 1922 in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. She was 42 when she played Lily Munster. Elegant, spooky, and wonderfully calm, De Carlo made Lily feel like the glamorous queen of 1313 Mockingbird Lane. De Carlo had already been a major Hollywood beauty before the Munsters, with roles in films like The Ten Commandments. She died in 2007 at age 84 after suffering heart failure. Lily gave the family its grace. De Carlo played her like a perfect sitcom mother, just with a vampire dress, a streak of white hair, and a house full of lovable monsters. Harvey Korman was born in 1927 in Chicago, Illinois. He was 37 when he played Dr. Leinbach. Sharp, nervous, and built for comic reactions, Korman brought the perfect straight man energy to the Munsters' strange little world. Korman later became a comedy legend on The Carol Burnett Show, where his timing and facial expressions made him a fan favorite. He died in 2008 at age 81 after complications from an abdominal aortic aneurysm. Dr. Leinbach was exactly the kind of role Korman could turn into something memorable. Put him near the Munsters, and every confused look, pause, and panic beat suddenly became part of the joke. Paul Lynde was born in 1926 in Mount Vernon, Ohio. He was 38 when he played Dr. Edward Dudley. Nervous, sharp-tongued, and perfectly uncomfortable, Lynde made the poor doctor's visit to the Munster home feel like a comic nightmare. Lynde became one of television's most recognizable comic voices, loved for his sarcastic timing and outrageous delivery. He died in 1982 at age 55, after suffering a heart attack. Dr. Dudley was a great fit for Lynde's kind of panic. He could turn one raised eyebrow or awkward pause into a punchline, especially when surrounded by a family that thought they were totally normal. John Fiedler was born in 1925 in Platteville, Wisconsin. He was 38 when he played Warren Bloom. Small, polite, and wonderfully anxious, Fiedler brought a soft, twitchy kind of comedy to the Munsters' bizarre little universe. Fiedler worked for decades in film and television, and many fans also remember his gentle voice as Piglet in Disney's Winnie the Pooh. He died in 2005 at age 80 after a battle with cancer. Warren Bloom had that perfect, normal guy in the wrong house energy. Fiedler made him nervous without pushing too hard, letting the weirdness of the Munsters do the rest. John Carradine was born in 1906 in New York City. He was 58 when he played Mr. Gateman. Tall, spooky, and naturally theatrical, Carradine brought a touch of old horror movie flavor to the world of the Munsters. Carradine had one of Hollywood's longest character actor careers, appearing in westerns, horror films, and classic dramas for decades. He died in 1988 at age 82 after suffering heart failure. Mr. Gateman felt right at home in a show that loved creepy comedy. Carradine already looked like he belonged near cobwebs, castles, and strange families, so his presence fit the Munsters perfectly. Jane Withers was born in 1926 in Atlanta, Georgia. She was 38 when she played Pamela Thornton. Bright, bossy, and full of classic sitcom energy, Withers brought a lively, normal-world personality into the Munsters' very abnormal neighborhood. Withers had been a famous child star long before the Munsters, later becoming familiar again through television and commercial work. She died in 2021 at age 95 from natural causes. Pamela Thornton gave the show another outsider who had no idea what she was walking into. Withers played that kind of comic confusion beautifully, making the Munsters seem even stranger without them trying at all. Val Avery was born in 1924 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was 40 when he played the Commissar. Gruff, serious, and wonderfully stiff, Avery gave the episode a hard-faced outsider who looked completely unprepared for Munster madness. Avery spent decades as a character actor, often playing cops, tough guys, and rough-edged men in film and television. He died in 2009 at age 85 after suffering a heart attack. The Commissar was funny because Avery played him so straight. Around a family of monsters who thought they were perfectly normal, his stern attitude made the situation even more ridiculous. Willis Bucci was born in 1907 in Vernon, Michigan. He was 57 when he played Mr. Bradley. Proper, polished, and slightly bewildered, Bucci brought that perfect, respectable man energy sitcoms loved to place next to chaos. Bucci was a familiar face in classic film and television, often playing judges, officials, businessmen, and authority figures. He died in 1977 at age 70 after suffering a heart attack. Mr. Bradley did not need to be loud to be funny. Bushy's calm seriousness made the Munsters' weird little world feel even more absurd, like every normal rule had quietly fallen apart. Butch Patrick was born in 1953 in Los Angeles, California. He was 11 when he played Eddie Munster. Cute, mischievous, and proudly spooky, Patrick made Eddie feel like a regular little boy, just with fangs, a widow's peak, and a werewolf family tree. Patrick became forever connected to the Munsters, and he has embraced that fan love through conventions, interviews, and classic TV appearances. As of 2026, he is 73 years old and still enjoys staying connected with the show's legacy. Eddie Munster gave the family its kid-sized monster charm. Patrick made him playful, innocent, and weirdly normal, which was exactly the joke. In that house, being a little werewolf was just part of growing up. Thanks for watching. Which member of the Munsters family do you remember most? Share your memories below, and subscribe for more classic then and now stories.